The use of a journal in my class is huge. We use the journal for all of our daily work to put everything in it. So you need a composition book. I recommend an actual composition book, not a spiral bind, not a 3-ring binder, a composition book. That makes it easier for this class because of the way I do it. You can try and use spiral, 3-ring. If papers get lost, it's not my fault. I warned you, you should use a composition book. Alright, so you can use a used one if you want to. Okay? For the amount of paper you need to make sure you have at least half of the original pages blank. Alright? Well, more than half. Okay? If you have pages in here, so like this one's used, it has some pages that have been written on. That's some pins, so I can't erase it. So I'm just going to take those pages and I'm just going to rip them out. Okay? And whatever pages you have, like the edges, you can trim those up with scissors so that it looks nice. Okay? And there you go. You can have essentially a brand new journal without having to buy a brand new journal. Alright, on the front cover, there are a few things you need to have on the front cover of a journal. You need your name. I want first and last name. Alright, I need your block. And I recommend you also include on there F228, my classroom number, so that if it gets lost, it comes back to me. So if you like accidentally leave another teacher's classroom, it comes back. Alright, so here we go. Whatever name or something else written on there, you can just kind of scratch it off. Alright, put your name. So I'm putting mine. My name, Caprina Eklund-Lule. Okay, and we'll just say this is my second block class because I don't have a second block class. Alright, and so that's on there, and then F228, so if it gets lost, it comes back to me. Now, these are going to be sitting on the shelf. I highly recommend they sit on the shelf. In order to be able to find yours quick and easily because they're all stacked up, go to the bottom edge, okay, the bottom edge of your journal, and you're going to write your name in there, okay? Obviously someone had their name on there. You can scratch it off. Oh, the permanent markers you can borrow from me to write your name on there. Pen doesn't always work that well, so you can borrow a permanent marker from me. Alright, and put your name on there. So I'm just going to put Lule, whatever you want to write so that you know it's yours, so you can recognize it. If you want to color the binding, specific color, so it's easy to find, that's great. So that you can quickly find yours on the shelf. Okay? So, Lule. I'll quickly find mine on the shelf because I see that when they're all stacked up. Okay? On the inside, in the journal, you need a table of contents. I will grade the table of contents every single time I grade your journal. And the grade is either 100% or it's a 0. Either you're doing it 100% or it's not enough. Okay? You're missing one thing you need, I'll give you a 0. So, table of contents, right? That's at the top, not the top line, at the top of the page. Now we're going to use those red lines to kind of mark some columns for us. So to the left of the first red line, alright, we're going to write date. The date column is more for me. You can use it if you want to. That's your choice. I'm going to use it just so I can keep track of when things are. So if you're absent, you know what day you're absent. You can see that you missed an entry. Alright. Entry. This column, we're going to put the title of the page entry. Okay. Over here to the right side of the red line, write page. This is where we're going to record the page number. And to the left of that line, you're going to write worksheet. Often we glue in worksheets into the journal. Okay, let me kind of show you an example here. All right, here's a worksheet that's been glued into the journal. Okay, so you need to be able to identify what worksheets are glued in at what pages. Okay, now the first 9 weeks we're going to fill that first page almost completely, if not completely. Okay, so that first 9 weeks we're going to fill up. Well, this class is 18-week class. So I want you to turn the page and do it again. You're going to have 2 pages for table of contents. Now, just for the sake of not getting confused, just write table of contents at the top for now, just so you don't write anything else on it. But the date, entry, worksheet page, we'll do that later. So just table of contents, date, entry, worksheet page, and then table of contents. Okay? Record every entry, record the page number. Now, your table of contents does not have to be exactly like mine. It just has to tell me what's in your journal. So if you, let's say we do page 5, and you're absent that day, and we come back the next day, and you're back, and you do page 6 with us, and you accidentally put on page 5, that's okay. You write down, it's on page 5. And when you make up that other one, it will be on whatever page you make it up on. So when I look at your journal, and I look at your table of contents, alright, if I go, okay, page 9 says speed and velocity, when I flip to page 9, that better be speed and velocity. Okay? The table of contents needs to match what's in your journal. It does not need to match my table of contents. Okay? So that is the setup for your journal.